YouTube, what's going on? Kevin the Tech Ninja here, and upstairs right now there's construction going on, but I won't let the man hold me down. And today we're going to talk about a camera system that you guys have been asking about. This is Netgear Arlo Pro. Netgear calls the Arlo Pro the world's most advanced 100% wire-free HD and weatherproof smart home camera system. I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja, and I've had it installed for about 45 days, and this is my full review. This is the Arlo Pro camera system. This is Netgear's premium camera system at a premium price. As of right now, the one camera system and base is $240 and each additional camera is $179. And at this price, you'd expect the Arlo Pro to come with a pretty impressive stat sheet, and it does. The camera is a 720p sensor with a wide angle 130-degree lens. On the back, there's a flap that covers the micro USB port, and that lets you charge up to 2,440 milliamp battery. And the Arlo saves battery life because the camera is actually off most of the time. It typically only turns on when there's motion detected by its IR sensor. The camera is also magnetic, allowing you to attach it to pretty much anything metal. Want to slap it on the basketball rim? Go ahead. Want to slap it on top of your garage? Go ahead. Want to put it on the back of your car? Don't recommend that, but it definitely is possible. There's also a metal mount that comes packaged with the unit, and you can mount that with normal Mason screws and put the camera on something. So for example, let's say you want to mount it pretty high up in your house, you can actually use that, mount it in the corner, and put the camera up there. As I mentioned earlier, the base is required for the camera system to work, and they're sold with the kits. The base has a dedicated 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. And this connects to your current network, and then what it does, it makes its own 2.4 gigahertz network and it sends it out to your cameras. And it does an extremely great job. I had a camera outside in my driveway for quite some time, and that's a pretty good distance from where everything's at in the basement, and I never had one dropout, and that is pretty unheard of for wireless camera systems. So the cameras don't support SD directly, but the base system has a slot for SD cards, which is actually really nice because even if you're recording locally on a camera, what if someone takes your camera? Then you lose all the data. The Arlo system actually saves locally to the base, which makes things really nice and adds that extra level of security, knowing that even if someone did steal a camera, you still have the footage. The base system also doubles as an alarm siren too. If you arm the alarm and motion sensors, the siren will go off. Now this does not help me as my alarm system would be in my basement in a closet, but for many people that may have this on the top level or even near the door, having the alarms go off will be just that extra deterrent or extra that annoyance if someone did happen to trip the alarm. Setting up the Arlo is very simple, very similar to other cameras. You make an account, confirm some information, scan the cameras in, and that's it. It takes around 5 minutes to get everything up and running. In the app, you have a lot of options to get into, but some may say it's too much control, too granular, but for someone like me who wants to be in control of everything in my house, I do like the granular controls that you do have in the actual system. There's a lot of options and scenarios to set up depending on the mode. So for ARM, you can go in there and have the cameras watch for motion and also sensitivity levels. Also, there's geofencing, which only works best if one person lives in the house. And that's like if you get home, it turns off the cameras, or if you leave the house, it then arms the system. You can also optimize for the best quality of video or best battery life, or you can even hardwire the cameras in, or you can have like a battery bank plugged into it. A lot of ways to keep this camera juiced up, or you can rely on the battery. As I mentioned earlier, the Arlo Pro is a 720p camera sensor, which is lower than other cameras in its price range like Nest. However, for what it is, it's solid. And to be honest, I'm not sure if it's rocking a higher bit rate than other cameras at a higher resolution, but I think the footage is definitely comparable to something like Nest. So battery life for me after 45 days is at 80%, which I think in a real world scenario, you may still be in 90%, just because I've been checking my cameras a lot, moving them around. There's been a lot of activity as I've been testing the system out. Now in my usage, I would expect well over 6 months, but maybe in your usage, if you don't use it as much, you could get up to a year. Now in my usage, I do things seasonally. So for example, every time it moves to fall, I will then change the batteries and do things around the house, and then put the battery back in after it's done charging. So that's just something I'll add to my workflow to ensure that my batteries are charged. So the Netgear Arlo Pro has paid and free subscription options. The free option gives you 1 GB of storage, which ends up being about a week of recordings. You can also download and share files from the app if you wish. The premium version will run about $10 a month or $100 a year, which is up to 10 cameras and 30 days of storage. And there's also the Elite package, which is $15 a month or $150 a year up front for 60 days and up to 15 cameras. So look, the Arlo camera system, do I recommend it? Definitely yes. It does cost a little bit more money, but it gives you granular control over everything. And also, if you're a SmartThings user, you can actually integrate it directly into SmartThings. So you can actually have it plugged directly into your home security application that you may use already, which is really nice. It also works with Alexa, it works with Google Home, and it also works with If This Then That. And that's something that their competitors like Nest cannot say. Now, if you compare it directly head to head with Nest, you will see a couple things that Nest does better and a couple things that Arlo does better, but overall they end up being pretty equal if you compare pros to cons. But the subscription service definitely is cheaper because the free version works just as well. And also you do have SD support, which is really big for a lot of people, including myself, knowing that my footage will be safe with me even if someone steals my cameras. Now, if you already have a Nest system, should you go out and buy an Arlo system? I don't think so, but if you're in the market for a new camera system, then this is one you should definitely look at when you compare the other big dogs in the market. I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. If this is your first time looking at my channel, welcome to the channel. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button down below, and if you want to pick one up, use that link too, as I get a little kickback and it definitely helps the channel. As always guys, I'm Kevin the Tech Ninja. Have a great day, and I'll holler at you folks later. Peace.